Good evening, sports fans. Alongside Mark Linder, this is Brent McNitt coming to you live from Phelan Field, beautiful downtown Pawpaw, for tonight's game between your Pawpaw Red Wolves and the Vicksburg Bulldogs. So, Mark, beautiful night for football here in Pawpaw.
Well, my phone tells me it's a balmy 72 degrees, so I think that's just about perfect.
And, we've been doing this a while. Your phone has not been wrong yet.
That's right.
So we're going to go with those numbers. We getting set to play here. The Red Wolves come in moving up in the state rankings. Sometimes with the high school team, that's not the best thing early in the season to get ranked. It's great acknowledgement of your hard work for the off season, but, I don't think we're going to have too much trouble with the boys keeping focus tonight. I saw most of them in school today. We're working on a very fun and exciting project that hopefully next week we'll be able to unveil.
Nice.
We've got some introductions that we've been working on so you get to meet the Red Wolves, but they weren't ready for production tonight. So, and the bowling ball is going to be disappointed about that. But
not quite ready for prime time.
Yeah, we'll get there, though. So Pawpaw has won the toss and deferred to the second half, so we're going to kick off. Troy Vanderberg is going to be our kickoff man per usual, and we're going to get this thing started fairly close to 7 o'clock, it looks like, as they get ready to tee it up here. So nice, efficient work by our officiating crew to get this right off on time. We get our viewership up. Right now we've got 8. Got to climb that number. We're kicking off here. Call everybody. Tell them it's on. And the kick is away. It's a low line drive. That's bobbled. Oh, he dropped his knee, and he is down right there. There's a Vicksburg opening the game with a little bit of a mistake.
Yeah, a little mental mistake, if you will,
Yeah.
right? Try to field it with your knee down, and that's automatically down in high school and in college. For a player safety protection aspect. But, probably cost them 10 yards at least.
Yep, and so the defense is going to take the field first. They've been stout the last couple weeks. They looked really good down in Sturgis. They gave up a couple of big plays, but outside of that, that game down in Sturgis really didn't feel like as close as it was, and it was a 30-point win. So see what the Red Wolves have tonight. Vicksburg is going to come at you from the spread. Handoff is to number 22. That's Van Sweden.
Not a lot there. Good job by the defense kind of staying home and just reading the play and making a nice tackle.
Yeah, and that's, a pretty vanilla start. Not a great play for either team on there, but good, solid from both. So number 12 is your quarterback. That's Hunter Bell. He's going to look to throw. Bell looks near side. He's going to let it go. He's got a man. That's caught by number 9. That's Chase Wilmot. Looks like Marinich and Hernandez. And it looks like Buell was in there too.
That's a good play call, though. Got him out into space, let him take his time and make a decision.
And this is where they live. This is the kind of stuff that we've seen out of Vicksburg for a few years. Very exacting, very well coached team. They're going to run crisp routes. They're going to create separation in the secondary. This is a bend don't break kind of a night. Where you can really get hurt by the Vicksburg Bulldogs is over the top, and that's going to be for the Red Wolves to figure out. Bell's back to throw, and there's one over the top. That's hit, and that's short, and that's intercepted. Hernandez has got the ball, and he's going to rumble down the right sideline. Big hit, but Dominic Hernandez is out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Howl coming, Mark. We bought some howls.
Here it comes.
So who got their hand on that? Yeah, somebody hit the quarterback's arm as it was coming forward. I didn't see who it was, but the ball definitely came out on a wobble, and Dominic Hernandez, who was standing in the middle of the field and playing his safety position, was able to get an easy pick on that, and that's the Red Wolves are in business. Ball on the 18-yard line.
Yeah, just right place, right time, playing center field, like you said, and waited for a mistake and got one.
And we're coming out in the tee. Gunnar Goodell is going to hand off to Miller. Ben is going to go nowhere. Ben's going to gain. And I talked to Darren Stry a little bit today, and he said that Vicksburg plays the tee as well as any team out there. This is a team that held Edwardsburg's tee last year under double digits, and that's a pretty impressive thing. Actually, most teams held them under triple digits when they were doing well. It was a good thing. So back into the tee. Bryson between PJ and Miller. This is going to go to PJ to Young. PJ through the hole. PJ into the end zone for a Red Wolves touchdown. PJ DeYoung steps through a tackle. Nobody there in the secondary to greet him, and he is gone. That's the big play we've been looking for, Mark, for a while. And the only thing that limited that play was our starting field position. That was going to be a big play either way. So,
like you mentioned, once the first guy missed, there's nobody there to back up and help out.
That's right. Troy's in for the extra point. Gunners to hold. Snap is good. Hold is good. Kick is up. Kick is long. Kick is good. So with 9:54 to go here in the first quarter, Pawpaw 7, Vicksburg 0. Okay, so the Wolves with the quick strike out of the tee. Yeah, it's not muted, but okay. It's off now. Thank you for pointing that out down in the truck. So Vandenberg's going to kick off again. It couldn't be Mark Linder who pointed that out because, then how would we blame him on anything without people
all
feeling
technical
bad,
issues are my fault.
That's right. So, couldn't be farther from the truth. He's touching one thing. I'm touching 9. So Vandenberg to kick. So that was what, a two-play drive?
Two-play drive,
18-yard drive. This one's on the ground and short. That's going to go out of bounds. That's going to bring some yellow paper out. Laundry on the field. So Vicksburg's going to get some good field position to start. They're asking each other. That should be a spot foul. That should be where the ball went out of bounds. Well, it should be where it goes out of bounds because if you were to kick an onside kick and it goes out of bounds, you get the ball there.
Still in discussions. There you go.
They're gonna put a penalty on. They're gonna give a 5-yard penalty on top of the 35.
Okay.
So the MHSAA is in need of quality officials. Call MHSAA to register.
In every sport.
So handoff, 22. He's picking and choosing. Nice run. That's going to be good for 8.5, maybe 9. Looks like 9.5. Nice run there.
Yeah, very good patience, right?
Yeah,
it would
Van
look like
with the run.
Looked like he was going to get blown up in the backfield. Just kind of waited and kept his legs churning.
Tacker. He was the tacker.
The tacker.
I think he was on the tackle. I think is what happened. Got to watch for the tacker.
Second and short though.
So from the gun. He's going to throw. Looking across the middle. Double pumps. That's a nice throw. Nice catch. Number 10. Hostetler with the catch. He's a freshman. Bryson Newell with the stop for the Red Wolves. So that'll move the change, get Vicksburg a first down. And Bell's going to start over. Ball on the 46-yard line. Moving north to south across the beautiful landscape. And that's going to be an offside on Pawpaw. We're not going to say who that was
Right.
because we don't know.
If we were in Vicksburg again, we would have the referee mic'd up, and we could.
Oh, I would absolutely be calling that out if I knew who it was. Have to watch that back. There's a handoff inside. He's going to get a first down around the left end. Still running balls on the ground, and Pawpaw is jumping up and down like they want to howl.
No indication yet.
No call yet. Yes,
they
say it is. They're going to get their howl. Dominic Hernandez with the strip there. And literally the entire pack of Wolves jumped on the ball. Didn't see who came up from the bottom there. But Gavin Turk looks like he was the one who got the ball out from underneath. So Red Wolves going to start back at you. Ball's on the 27-yard line in the tee. That's inside to Bryson Newell. Bryson's gone! Bryson Newell has got it. One man to beat. Up the middle. Nice run by Bryson Newell. That's good for a Red Wolves first down.
Well, you talked about it. You asked for it last week. You asked for some big plays, and so far you've had 2 plays that have been.
Well, and I think, the compliments that Mr. Stry paid to Vicksburg's ability to stop the wing T has come back in a karma that is helping the Red Wolves. So,
is that what's going on?
Sometimes you do the right thing and you get rewarded.
Right.
That's the one that we haven't been able to hit all year long.
Yes.
That trap. And that time they got to the linebackers, they opened the hole, and away Bryson went. So Gunnar Goodell under center. This is PJ. PJ is going to be good for about 3. Remind me to mark down in the game notes to make a joke with Bryson later about his breakaway speed.
Yes. Caught from behind is a nice way of putting that.
Yeah, we need a jumbotron. He can see. He could check behind him. Gunnar Goodell under center in the tee. This is a pitch out to Ben Miller. Ben's trying to get the corner. Gets a little bit of an edge. He's going to pick up 3. Ben went down awkwardly there. So he's back up. That one's one where the ground isn't as soft as it looks.
Yeah, it definitely looked a little awkward.
Ben's going to stay in there.
Well, 3rd and 4. You got power eye here.
Be a nice time to break it out, but I'll be honest with you. They haven't stopped the tee. I don't think I've shown them anything until they can stop that. Gunnar Goodell under center. This is going in. PJ DeYoung. PJ's got a nice gap. And that's going to be close. He's not going to get the first down, but we are 100% in 4-down territory down here. 6:47 to go. We've been owning the field.
Yep.
The
Especially
only thing that's a downer here is this gives opportunity for Vicksburg to get a little momentum back.
Correct.
But double-edged sword. If they're able to run through this and pick up this first down, it's even more demoralizing at this point. Momentum's a big thing in high school. Now we're going to show power eye. PJ's going to go right behind inside to Bryson. That's a nice different call, and that's going to be good for a Red Wolves first down. So nice change up, throw a change up in there, give Bryson the ball again. Bryson goes over the left side. Everybody's expecting that play to go right over top of the right tackle, and nope.
Yep.
Let's go the other way, and we only needed 3. We got 4.
Yep. And it's interesting when you can throw in these little variations off the same look, right? It's not just one play.
Well, now we
It's
got
2 or 3 different plays.
First and 10 is going to get us a first down. First and 10 and a half is going to get us a touchdown. Goodell's going to pitch this one to PJ. PJ is going to look at the edge. He's got, it looks like we're going to go backwards a few yards. That was thrown right at number 21, Bryson Newell. It's going to either be a hold or a chop block. So that'll move them back a little bit. That's going to bring up first and 20.
Will we see the first pass of the game from Papa?
Under normal circumstances, I would say yes, but with a 16, 17-yard average right now, I'm going to think we're going to pound the ball a couple more times. Still pretty early. So in the tee, Gunnar Goodell under center. Gunner's going to throw. You're right, Mark. There it is. That's a wide open touchdown to Nate Lemaire. Good call, Mr. Linder. We've seen it time and time again. First and long is when we like to go to the pass.
Yep.
And it just felt like at this point,
yeah,
pound, but that was absolutely wide open.
And you just give them a little change up, right? And they're not expecting it. Everybody and their brother is selling out to stop the run.
Yep. And it was the perfect timing, and it was a nice throw from Gunnar Goodell. Laid it right out there. Nate Lemaire is able to run under it. Vanderburg for the extra point. Snaps a little high. Kicks up. Kick is good. So 5:22 to go in the first. Pawpaw 14, Vicksburg 0. So out of our affiliate in Tampa, Florida, we get a comment on the screen. So we've got the ability to do that, so people can throw some stuff out there in the comments. We'll try to get it on screen. This might be dangerous. So now to kick off, Vanderburg. This one's on the ground again, and this is going to be bobbled and covered up at the third. Looks like the 34-yard line. So Vicksburg's going to start their third drive. Again, this is the same thing that I said down at Sturgis. Like to call the kicker's name 3 times in the first quarter. That's usually a good sign.
Yes.
So another nice spot. Again, the MHSAA is looking for quality officials. Contact MHSAA.com.
In all sports.
Bell is going to RPO, and that's going to go no. So we'll call that an RP no.
Right.
So, he held that one a long time, Mark.
A long time. Wade trying to make a read, and there was just nothing there.
But, the only thing he could have done worse there was actually give it to his running back because he would have pimped him out for about a 9-yard loss.
Yes.
This is as good a first half of the first quarter that we've seen all year. Wolves looking menacing. And for good reason.
That is a great hit.
Yeah.
That is a great hit.
Cody Conley on the stop for the Wolves. So that's going to bring a third and a ways. We're going to call that third and Banks Hollow.
Yes, at least.
Hunter Bell in the shotgun. We've got trips to this side. Lone receiver up top. Bell's going to look. Long developing play. He's going to try to pick it up with his legs. Just a good tackle by Fisher Edwards, and that's going to be about 4 yards short. And, I don't think they're left with much choice but to punt here, Mark.
Yeah, it's still on your own half, right?
Nothing.
It's still early in the game.
And not much has gone right yet. So, you kind of got to let your defense try to establish something out there. So Bryson's back to receive. Snap is good. Punt is away. That's going to be caught. Fair caught by Bryson. So Wolves are going to start right where they want to start, about the 26-yard line, 27-yard line, 24-yard line, somewhere out there. They're starting on a yard line, Mark, and that's a good thing.
Somewhere in the 20s. And will this be that 9-play, 15-minute methodical drive down the field?
This is the exact opposite of the Sturgis game. The Sturgis game, we ate the whole second quarter with one drive, seemingly. And this one, our three-yard drives have been our norm here.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but our offensive line looks hungry.
Definitely got the boys fired up.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of steak those guys like, because we're going to find out. From the tee, inside, that's Newell.
Not a lot there. Maybe
no, it
one.
looked like that time that the pull. So on that trap play, one of the linemen fires through that hole and has to get square shoulders on the backer. And either they're spying you or they're not. And if they're not spying you, that's usually when you call that play. And if that offensive lineman doesn't get through and square that backer up, there's just no place to go, And Bryson can give him a little bit of hesitation, but he can't do too much because then it'll collapse on him. They are selling out the run, though. And you know what? Ben Miller says, go ahead and sell out. I'm going. So there's an 8.5-yard run from Ben Miller. That's going to bring up 3rd and short. They had to put first down. We're going to give that one. That was comical.
All right. Maybe a generous spot?
Well, no. When the down marker is trying to stick the 3rd down sign through the first down sign, and he's still got 3rd up on the
little miscommunication.
Yeah, we're not the only ones with the truck.
Yeah, we don't know what that's like.
Ben Miller off the right side. Gunnar Goodell is going to come over and get the play from Coach Stry. This is one of those nights where the boys have been fired up. Vicksburg's been a problem for the Wolves, in recent years. And the boys want to come out and make a statement in this game. And I think that's somewhat accomplished. The drive here and stick one in the end zone would be, that's inside. So Newell's going to pick up maybe a yard on forward progress. And, Mark, now we're starting to settle into our grind drive.
Right.
We're starting to settle into a drive that, now that so far tonight, my calls have been so spot on that means we're probably looking at a 65-yard run right here. No, I guess it would be a 59-yard run.
Right.
Yeah. I had to look where the football was. You can never tell where they're spotting it. Oh, that's going to be... It's going to be a 54-yard run.
Right.
So that's going to move the ball forward.
It is amazing how often the hard count works in high school. You get the guys that are just so fired up on defense, right? Their coaches in their ear telling them to make a play. They're ready to go, and they give them the hard count, and they can't help themselves.
And, you're so excited to do your job, you want to go do it.
Yep.
And finding those moments where this is a defense who's struggled getting off the field already tonight,
Yes.
and you're giving them the opportunity to get off the field, and then they're just so amped up.
Yep.
That's a handoff to Ben Miller. Ben's going to go through the line. He's going to pick up more than 5. Looks like 6. Forward progress is going to get him 6 yards on that one. And, the other thing you got to say on that, good job to our guys for their poise to walk up there and stand still.
Absolutely.
Sometimes standing still is
it's
the hardest thing to do.
Right. Yeah.
Good for them.
Right.
That's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter here in Pawpaw. A quick first quarter. Pawpaw leads Vicksburg 14-0. All right, Mark, as we were just talking about offline here, if you've got a play that you've drawn up specially for Vicksburg, this is the time you run it. You're going to come out of a timeout. Everybody's blood's a little bit more level. You're going to get the best execution because you're going to be able to reaffirm with every one of those players, hey, you do this, you do this, you do this. These are the times when you've got the ball, you've got second and the sticks are in your favor, and you're coming to the line in a 14-0 game. This is your play. This is your big play right
Take
here.
a shot. You're already in Vicksburg territory.
If you've got one you think works, this is it. That's going to go to PJ, and that's not going to go anywhere.
Just kidding.
No, I think they are looking at that is a play that they have been a bread and butter play all year.
Yeah.
I think there was one missed block on the line that time. PJ gets to that second level, and they did have numbers over there.
And credit to Vicksburg for making a nice tackle, right?
Well,
First guy.
And there's the other side of that. Vicksburg's done some scouting. They know that Papa likes that play. They executed that time. So, you talk about coming out of the third quarter, their coach had a chance to settle them down, get it going. So, works both ways sometimes. So, from the power eye, Gunnar Goodell, going to pitch that one out. PJ's got a lot of friends. Got a first down. PJ, that was close. PJ DeYoung, first down, Red Wolves. So PJ feels like he should have broke that one deep. I think it was a pretty good run, to be honest with you. You already got by a couple people.
Yep.
But it was, he had lots of friends out there blocking out lots of little people.
Right. And last man had to make a play, and he did, right? And saved a touchdown. So.
And PJ knows that. He could smell the end zone there, too. Back to the tee. Goodell to under center. PJ Bryson, Ben Miller. This is going to go to Bryson up the middle. Bryson's going to get 3 or 4. And that's a different play. That's the straight dive. That's not the trap. So keeping him honest in there with that one.
And this is the more typical pop-out drive, right? Just
absolutely
3-4 yards, 3-4 yards. Just keep moving it.
This is the one that bleeds you to death.
That's right.
The play calling goes to that too. If the kids break one, they break one. But the whole idea here is they can't score when we've got the ball.
That's right.
Goodell under center. They're moving again. Oh, a little movement from Papa too. There's a
All
lot of
kinds
stuff
of
going
stuff.
on here.
All kinds of stuff.
So PJ stood up a little bit. That's what they're going to call. So our backs, once Vicksburg jumped off sides there, our people reacted, and once again, the MHSAA is looking for quality officials.
In every sport. Yeah, if their guy causes our guy to move, then
Well, I'll be honest, there should have probably been a whistle on that. But
right.
you know what? You have to stay. You can't react to it. We
Right.
definitely reacted to it, and it cost us 5 yards. So second and long, second and 12. Ball's on the 37. Goodell under center. He's going to pitch this one to Ben Miller. Miller's going to cut back. Nice.
Oh,
Put
fumble.
the ball on the ground, but I think he got it right back.
Looks like he did.
Yeah, looks like he fell right on it. That's going to bring up the interesting play of the wing team.
Right. Yes. 3rd and 9.
Here's the reality. You have to look at this play as 3rd and 5.
Correct.
Because this is 2-down territory if you can get 3rd and 5. I
Yes.
think this is 2-down territory on this part of the field anyways.
Yep.
But, this is one where you don't need to get greedy. You just need, now we're going to go with the split eye this
Whoa.
time. They're going to get the play off. This is going to be a pass. Goodell's going to throw a screen. He's got Bryson Newell. Bryson's got a head of steam. That's going to be close. It's going to be just short of the first down. But Mark, like we talked about, this is a time where you get those 7, 8 yards.
Yeah.
Now you've got a chance to pick up that down.
It just becomes much more manageable, right? At 4th and 2.
That was a nice play. They set it up nice. They let that through. People up here in the booth from Vicksburg are screaming for a timeout. Definitely something that we're showing a wrinkle we haven't shown yet. So Gunnar Goodell.
Now you can go back to the bread and butter, right? Looks like power eye.
Power eye. PJ needs a yard, or needs 3 yards. He's going to pitch it back. Nice block on the outside by Newell. PJ DeYoung is going to get. So PJ gets around the right side. Well, so there's a little story here. Troy Vandenberg got absolutely planted, and he got jumped on a couple times after the play was done. He was trying to plead his case to the official. The official did not like the back talk, so he's going to flag Troy. I encourage you to go back on your video feed and watch that play again. And as PJ goes by, you're going to watch one of the linemen from Vicksburg come in and take on Troy. And whether or not he had a beef, I didn't see enough of it live to tell you, but I know what he was complaining about.
Right.
And the kid definitely 100% didn't get off him, because I'm looking back after the play's over and he's still laying on him.
Right.
So I think, to be honest with you, I think Troy got a raw deal on that.
Yeah.
But again, they're not giving you the flag. You got to shut your mouth.
Exactly. The only good part is it was after the play, right?
Yeah.
So you still got the first down.
Yeah. So it's going to be, and you know what? Our best plays tonight have been first and forever.
Right. Now there's still some discussion.
So it looks like it's first and, contrary to what the clock says, it's first and
15?
First and 15, it looks like. First and 25. Chain gang was set up wrong.
Yep.
Okay, do I need to do the officiating commercial again? Because this is something. Goodell's going to throw. He's got a man. That's good to Troy. There's some karma for you right there.
He's still holding
And
the flag.
Yep. He wouldn't let. And this is exactly, Mark, what they were doing to Vandenberg on the last play.
Yeah.
So this is exactly what Troy was complaining about on the play before.
Right.
So you know what? Guess what that's going to cost you?
Half the distance.
That's going to cost you a yard and a half, buddy.
Right. Yeah.
We're going to throw in a howl for that.
Right.
mess around and find out, you're going to get a 1.5-yard penalty.
Nice play call, though. Great throw, great catch. Only thing that could have made it better is if he would have got in the end
Well, that was
zone,
nice play by Troy to come, be patient, wait for that ball, concentrate, because the defensive back's charging at you.
Right.
You know, this is going to be power I.
Oop.
The only mystery now is this going to PJ or is this going to Bryson? That's Bryson Newell off the left side. That's a touchdown, Red Wolves. So Bryson Newell goes off the left side. Bryson gets a little reward after getting run down on that long play. He's probably super happy with me for mentioning that again.
Right. It's breakaway speed.
Troy's going to try to add the extra point. Snap's good. Gunner's hold is good. Nice kick. And that's good. You know, Troy has turned into a kicker that was a little bit wobbly in the first game, but I'll tell you, he's money right now, and he's putting some leg into the ball. You know, those kicks right there are 45-yarders, you know, so, and they're accurate. Might need that someday.
Exactly. But you like to give him a lot of practice, though, at the extra point, right?
Absolutely. So 7:27 to go in the first. Papa tacks on that third score. 21-0 is your score from here. Need to have everybody who's watching this online to go ahead and call 3 friends. We like to see that number up around 100. We're at 40. Troy's going to tee it up. We do have some people up in Lance. The Marinich family is represented up there. That's a
Another
good
squib kick.
Yep, Vicksburg's going to end up falling on that one. I'm not allowed to say a yard line out here. It's
Right.
like getting ridiculed for my math skills, which, by the way, are pretty good. So we're going to call this the 28. And the Red Wolves defense back on the field. Seems like it's been a week.
Yeah, they got a nice little rest, didn't they, with that last drive?
Well, some of them did.
Right.
Oh, hey, Darren was a little bit fired up there. Don't want to get too many of those when you've got a 9-hour ride to a college visit tomorrow. So 22 off the left side. Looks like Fisher Edwards on the tackle. Gavin Turk was in there as well. Coney Conley stuck his helmet in there.
Well, they got a couple, but it brings up second and short, right, thanks to the penalty. So 2nd and 3.
So from the gun, Vicksburg's going to throw. They're going to throw it out. That's a swing pass. We got something going on here. It looks like a hold maybe on this side where that flag came from. Lemaire on the tackle out there. They didn't get anything. I got to be honest with you, Mark. If that's a hold, I'm declining it.
Right.
They haven't shown me anything here as far as moving the ball. It's 3rd down and 4. Well, I guess it's a little shorter than I thought, but so I thought it was going to be 3rd and 6, but it looks like it's 3rd and 4 over there. Yeah, I think you take that penalty if it's a longer 3rd and long.
Right.
But you know they moved the chain gang has been kind of moving that marker around a little bit on us tonight.
It's been a challenge.
Doesn't
for
have
sure.
the right number on it. Doesn't have
Right.
isn't in the right spot.
MHSAA also looking for chain gang.
Yeah.
So
Well, I swear I've looked up a couple times and I went, where did he go? He
Right.
was there a minute ago. So that's gonna push him back and make it second and really long, 13 to throw. It's got to come this way, and he threw that one away. You know, that was Sonnenberg's out there hawking his fourth interception of the year.
Yep.
And Eli does that to people. He hangs off them, waits for that throw, and the quarterback saw him there and threw that one away.
He just felt the pressure too, right? Had lineman up in its face.
It was actually a good read.
Yep.
Hunter Bell did a nice job there of just not taking a negative. Lived to play another day. Let one go long. We got some people out there. Looks like that might have been out of bounds right from the jump. That's Marchese on the pass. Marinich is out there for us. Hey, there's a shout out to the Lance people.
Nice.
Marchese. What? Marchese. Okay. It's not how it's spelled, but okay,
We're getting
I'll go with it.
Clarification on the pronunciation.
That's the coach's kid. Good catch there. Fair catch by Newell. 6:03 to go here in the second quarter. Pawpaw 21, Vicksburg 0 on the Red Wolves Network. We'll go to some out-of-town scores here as the Red Wolves, well, maybe we won't after the play. This is going to be a pitch out to this side. PJ Vicksburg does a nice job of stringing that one out. No room for PJ. So that's no gain on the play. Edwardsburg is at Three Rivers tonight. We're showing a 0-0 score in the first there. Niles is up on Otsego 15-8 also in the first. And that's about all I'm reporting right now. We had Edwardsburg and Three Rivers were knotted at 0. And then Sturgis has got Plainwell tonight also 0. We'll check back on some of those scores a little bit later. It's a handoff. That's Ben Miller spinning around in there. Ben's going to pick up about 5.5.
That was a great second effort. It looked like he had absolutely nothing going.
Well, he got hit, but he was behind his own guys, and he bounced off it, and then it took him a second to find his way around his own guys, and it turned out to be a nice gain for us.
Right. Almost like a bowling ball back there, some would say.
Yeah, so that's going to cause some problems in the backfield if there are two bowling balls back there.
Right.
Gunnar Goodell under center. This is going to be Ben Miller on the counter. Miller is gone. They're not going to catch Ben Miller. Lemaire with the block just for good measure. And Ben Miller down the right sideline for a Red Wolves touchdown. So Thunder, and Lightning in the backfield, and Ben Miller's the Lightning. But he's got that breakaway speed. He's got that juice. Nice counter play, blew a big hole open for him. He's able to diagonal to the sideline, and Ben's gone. That's how you draw it up.
You asked for big plays last week, and this week you're seeing the result of that.
Right now, let's ask for some big plays next week too. Okay. That one's left, and that didn't look good. So here we go, talking about people and not knocking on wood.
You absolutely jinxed him.
That jinxing, the only person who can jinx people is the cameraman. So
accurate.
So that's a little chink in the armor there. We're at 27-0 instead of 28.
That's something for the coach to complain about at halftime, right? Yeah, you can.
Well, yeah, you needed something.
Exactly.
You know,
Can't
now
be too
there's
complimentary.
still 4:26. I'm knocking on some wood around here. There's still 4:26 to go. We've got one good stop in us and potentially a chance to put some more points on the board. Because Vicksburg's got to decide here, Mark. Do you go in with a 27-0, or do you really try everything in your playbook to put some points on the board?
Yep.
You know, and that's going to put the ball in the air, and that's going to give some opportunity.
Correct.
So, and I got to tell you, I'm liking how our defensive backs are looking tonight. Up the middle on the ground, that's bobbled. Oh, he's on his knee again.
Yep. And it cost them the opportunity to get about 5 or 10 more yards, right?
We'll take it. If they can't pick it up without kneeling down, keep kicking it on the ground.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
I mean, that's well, other than having him bobble it and fumble it, that's the best outcome you could possibly imagine right there.
Yeah, they keep getting zeros on the return. That's
Yep.
That's a good, solid special teams play.
And look, got a receiver. That's a nice play. Baron Marinich with a nice hit over there, but that's going to be a reception. Baron laid a little lumber over there, but
well, you talked about it. They do have the capability to get some yardage, right, in a hurry.
You know, their offense is built for this situation. You know, they can methodically move down the field. They can stop the clock. That's a handoff. Ooh, and he's able to bull his way for a first down. I mean, that was just strength. That was individual effort.
Really nice run. Really nice run. It's only going to show up as 2 yards, but that was a hard 2.
So moving in closer to midfield. Ball's on the 43. Again, 2 wide receivers this time. Tight end in. That's going to be a run. 22 hurdles over one of his own linemen. Darren Stry on the tackle for the Red Wolves. Clock's ticking. You know.
Yeah, this is a nice job by Vicksburg of not panicking, though, right?
Well, and I think there is some clock management here because you don't want to just give the Red Wolves back the clock with 3-4 minutes on it. But at the same time, you got to be a little bit urgent. So full spread this time, 2 receivers each side. Definitely looking to throw. Quick pass, and that's caught. And this is where Vicksburg's burned us the last few years, are on those quick hitters that then are able to break through and bust long plays out. So this is the bend, don't break style of defense, and a good one, good choice.
Right.
You know, time clock management. Because quite honestly, 3 or 4 7-yard hitches aren't going to kill us.
That's right.
You know.
But it forces the first guy to make the tackle, right?
Well, and it's setting up. You know, they like to go over the top, and they're setting that up right now. Another short pass, and that missed him. You know, Bell just threw that one out a little bit in front.
Absolutely had a man open, just missed the throw.
But you know what happens there though is we got to him that time. You know, he's got a good internal clock. He's getting the ball out when he needs to get it out. But when you got somebody in your face and you got that play takes 6 seconds and you had 5.5 to throw it, that's what you're going to get.
Right.
Nobody to the wide side. Interesting formation here.
Oh. I think the center forgot the snap count.
I do think the center forgot to snap the ball that time. procedure is exactly what was wrong on that one. So that changes things a little bit, Mark.
Yeah, 2nd and
So
15.
now back to the spread. 159. We're under 2 minutes to go. Red Wolves get to him again. He's going to let one go. That's Marinich out there with a hand up. I think he may have gotten some interference on there, but some getting in the receiver's way to make him miss that ball. I don't know if he got his hand on it or if he just disrupted the vision.
Little
Nice
face
play.
guarding.
It was a nice play. So we've got 3rd and long. Now we're starting to talk about, is there any salvageable time for the Wolves?
Right.
You know, an incomplete pass here.
Yep.
We get any kind of punt return at all, and we're
Right.
in business again.
With a minute and a half and all 3 timeouts.
Yep, and that is offsides. We got 2 things going on. Got a false start is what was called. I was going to say, he was lined up offsides, and I think that's what the near official threw the flag on, but that doesn't stop the play. So somebody else moved on the line. Somebody else had to have thrown a flag for that.
Well, Vicksburg had a promising drive, and all of a sudden now they're backed up on their own side of the 50.
I have to consult my rule book. Is offsides on the offense automatically a false start? Oh, almost in the backfield. Big hit in the middle. That's going to be a personal foul, I have a feeling. I don't see a flag out there, though. Oh, is it? Targeting is the call. So I'm not sure. I think I'm not sure the targeting rule in high school. It gets called
Is it
so
an automatic first down?
infrequently. What happens to the player? You get 2 targeting calls before you're ejected. They did. He signaled targeting. It'll be a first down. Personal foul is always an automatic first down.
Still indicating it's 3rd down.
MHSAA.com.
Looking for assistance.
Lots of confusion on what the call is up here in the booth. Because I think the confusion up here in the booth, honestly, is that everybody up here knows the rules.
Right.
And we don't know exactly what was called there, because if that's a personal foul targeting, which is what was signaled, that's an automatic first down.
Right.
There's no questions, that's what
Right.
it is.
Yep.
You know. I don't think there's any world where that's not a first down.
What was that?
I don't think there's any world where that's not a first down.
Every personal foul has got to be a first down, right?
1 second. So I'm going to go on mute for just a second. Okay, so Vicksburg's back at it. Good throw out there to the sideline. Now, Mark, a minute to go. High efficiency offense. They're starting to try to get into field position.
Yep. Still got 2 timeouts. So you can still run the ball. First and 10. Vicksburg
So
in the
first and 10,
spread.
Vicksburg. So that's outside, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. And that's not the worst outcome there because he catches that ball, and he's on the turf as it stands.
Right. And you'd have to burn a timeout, more than likely.
So Vicksburg's going to put some people in motion. Bell's going to throw. He's getting big pressure out here. He lets one go. That's coming back for the ball. Pawpaw's able to corral the runner, keep him in bounds. That's probably going to cost Vicksburg a timeout.
Yes. That was a very slow developing play for 2 yards.
Yes. So the timeout's called. We're going to go on mute for a second. Okay, so back at it. Vicksburg's going to come to the line. We've got 47 seconds to go here in the half. Bell from the shotgun. He's going to throw. He got drilled. Fisher Edwards with a big hit on the quarterback. That's going to cause that pass to fall short and incomplete. So that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Yeah. I don't care who you are as a quarterback. If you're trying to throw in midair from getting launched backwards, it's not going to end well.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to try a long field goal, try to put some points on the board. I'm smelling block. I just don't know why. This is a long field goal. This has probably come out low. No, they got it off. That's going to be good.
That was a good kick.
Yep, so good kick there. 27-3 is going to be your score with 37 seconds to go. All going to depend on a return. You know what we try to do on the other end.
Papa's got all 3 timeouts. Maybe open up the playbook a little bit. Take a shot.
Okay, so sorry about the delay there. We're had some news, bad news delivered to the booth, so just keep Papa in your prayers tonight. So moving on, um,
Short,
32 seconds to go here in the first half.
yeah, short return on the kick. You're going to start at about their 16-yard line, so maybe you just go into halftime with the lead, right? Maybe you don't try anything from here.
Yeah, and 27-3 is the score. We're in less than we're in our own end. This is run the tee. You break one, you break one.
Right.
Be a nice time for trap. They do have a spy in on trap right now. Taking a knee. So Goodell takes a knee. We're going to go into halftime here at Phelan Field. Papa leading Vicksburg 27-3. We're going to put up the slideshow from last week. We've got some new content coming next week, but it isn't here yet. So please enjoy while the band plays in the background, which we're not allowed to play. So here we go. And welcome back to beautiful downtown Pawpaws. We get set to begin our second half of action here. Red Wolves up 27-3. Mark, I don't know that you could ask for much cleaner of a first half than that.
Right.
You know, Vicksburg made a nice long field goal at the end of the half. They put together 3 or 4 plays in a row. Don't want to give them any extra momentum, but that has to settle them down a little bit.
Sure.
If there's any chance they're going to come back in this game, that helps.
It does, but there's still a long way to go, and Papa's getting the second half kickoff they're going to receive. So here's an opportunity for one of those 10-minute drives, right?
Well, and this is when deferring to the second half works out in your favor.
Yes.
So short kick, that's an onside kick. I think Vicksburg's got the ball.
They're jumping around like they do.
Ooh, almost a wrinkle there. That Papa had it, but he reached back out and I think was able to corral the ball. So Colin Campbell made a nice play to recover that. And that could have been the momentum disaster right there. You know,
Absolutely.
You know, now you get the ball and you kind of breathe a sigh of relief and you take the ball back down the field, you know.
That was shades of the Saints in the
46,
Super Bowl
yeah.
a few years ago.
56 yards later, you're in the end zone, a disaster averted.
Yes. Not surprisingly, they show up in the wing tee.
And there's an inside handoff. That's Newell. So Bryson good for about 5. Got Grandpa Terry's up in the air over the Atlantic Ocean. This is what it sounds like.
Look out.
Watching the game. That's a new one for us. Somebody
Wow.
paying attention.
In international waters?
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
I think we get some demographics on that. And those jets don't hold 8 people, so we're going to count 300-400 people in that.
It's all about skewing the numbers in your favor.
Anything
right?
you can do. So Red Wolves back to the line. Gunnar Goodell under center in the tee. Ben Miller, P.J. DeYoung. Ben's got the ball, and Ben's got a first down. Nice run by Ben. So that's good for a Red Wolves first down. 11-11 to go here in the third quarter. My kids would say make a wish.
Nice start to the drive, though. Moving the chains. You know, just take some time off the clock. Be patient.
Yeah, this is a Red Wolves hustle to the line. Play clock's running down. Get the snap off. This is P.J. DeYoung. PJ's. This is gonna both be non-factual and sound weird, but PJ's had a slow night tonight.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I'm saying that with 100 yards and
Right.
touchdown.
Right.
So, you know, this is but what we're used to seeing from PJ, his workload is definitely lower tonight than it's been in the past.
Right.
In the recent past.
And I think you're seeing an opportunity for some other people to get some touches, right?
Well, and you didn't need him in the first half, so let's keep him fresh and see if we can get some second half mileage out of that. Handoff to Bryson, and that's going to push the pile. And Mark, new game, same story.
Yep.
We are
Oh, late flag.
second half team, some laundry on the field. So we'll see where this one goes. Second and long right now, or third and long right now. It's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on Vicksburg. So that's going to cost him some yardage.
Well, you're starting to see some frustration from Vicksburg.
A little bit, you know, and this is one of those moments where Pawpaws comes out of halftime every week just dominating.
Right.
It's the game plan, it's the execution, it's the time spent in the weight room all summer. They've been able to come out in the second half, and they've been able to impose their will in the first drive of the second half every week this season. So Newell off the right side this time, and that's going to be good for about 3.5 yards.
Well, Vicksburg jumping around. They've got the football, but officials say it was down before the fumble.
So Buell's in. That typically means power I, but now they're bringing Bryson out, so it's probably going to still be wing T with Buell in the middle. Bryson's over on the side talking to Mallory. That's not a great thing. Handoff. This is going to go Ben Miller off the right side. Ben's going to be good for a pawpaw. First down. So that's going to bring out first and goal for the Red Wolves.
Well, so far so good in the second half.
Yeah, this is exactly like Coach Stry draws it up. This is going to be handoff to Miller. Miller's going to get caught this time at the line of scrimmage, and that one just they guessed, and they guessed correct.
Correct.
You know, so that was.
It is almost like multiple choice on defense, right? You got 3 options, right, and you got to pick the right one.
Yeah, and they haven't picked right often, you know, tonight. And Gunnar Goodell's going to run the play in. So, in the T, Goodell under center. Got him off sides, and that's going to be 3.5 yards, half the distance to the goal.
Yep. And it just feels
they
like
might get the full 5 because I think we were back on the 11. So
it just feels like that play is there, you know, every time, just about.
Well, and you just have to start wondering if Gunner's varying his cadence, and you know, we go on 1, we go on 1, we go on 1. All of a sudden, we go on 3.
Right.
You know, it's been effective. 6 seconds on the play clock. Goodell underneath. Going to hand that one off. And that's going to be just short. P.J. DeYoung on the carry. So Buell back into the game, this time for Miller, and that's probably going to bring us up on a power I. Just going to guess by personnel.
Probably a good guess.
You guys okay if we turn those back lights off? Yeah, we're getting a pretty bad one. We're starting to get a reflection in the press box. We're going to see if we can. And off the left side, that's into the end zone. Not sure who that was. I'm guessing P.J. DeYoung. And that's good for a Red Wolves touchdown. Oh, Bryson Newell back in.
Huh.
Either way, it's 6 points.
Well, welcome back to the game.
Nice to see Bryson come right back off the bench after getting shaken up a little bit, right the ship. Get into the end zone. Troy in for the extra point. Try to make it 31-point lead. Kick is up. Kick looks good. Kick is good. So with 6:36 to go here in the third quarter, Pawpaw 34, Vicksburg 3. It's going to go to some out-of-town scores while we got a minute here. See what we can find out. Got to open up the handy-dandy app. So right now, Niles running away from the Bulldogs of Otsego, 29-8. In a non-conference games, Constantine and Schoolcraft. Constantine 7, Schoolcraft 0. And a little further down the list here, Edwardsburg and Three Rivers, 14-0 Edwardsburg at the half. Other way around. So Sturgis up on Plainwell, 27-0. So Plainwell has just scored 27-7. So kicking off, Vanderburg's ready to go. Not taking a real big run at this one, Mark.
Yeah.
doesn't appear that he's trying to put too much leg into this
3
one.
yards behind the ball.
There's the kick. That's going to be fielded. Upright this time, and 3 is around the corner. Nice return by Vicksburg. That's going to get them out over midfield, over the 45. So down to about the 4.
That was a nice return.
Line.
Yeah, got the corner, had some helpers out there, and nice little run.
Okay, so Vicksburg's going to come out. This is time to go if you're the Bulldogs. Bell is in the shotgun. This is going to be a handoff. Gavin Turk met him in the hole. Looks like a gain of about 1, maybe 2. So we're going to call it 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and if you're Paw Paw, you'll take that all day, right? Just give them a short little run, keep the clock moving.
Vicksburg back to the ball. Bell in the shotgun. Going to come this side. Oh, right through the hands. Dominic Hernandez was lining him up.
Yeah, I think the receiver might have heard a couple footsteps there.
Yeah, that was going to be a collision. But straight through the receiver's hands. That's going to bring up 3rd and long. 3rd and call it 8. Dominic might as well have been wearing cloud shoes with the footsteps that receiver heard.
Right.
Okay, so we got trips right. 3rd and 8 for the Bulldogs. And there's a good break on the ball out there and a great catch by the receiver out there. Eli Sonnenberg on the coverage out there. Nice coverage. I mean, that was just a great play.
Yeah.
Sometimes you make a great play. Eli read that right, made a good break on the ball, got his technique was almost perfect.
Yep. Just looks like the receiver's about a head taller than he is, and he just put it in the place where only the receiver could get it.
Sometimes just execution,
yep.
And that was one of them. That was a nice play by Vicksburg. Bell in the shotgun. Throw again, coming near side. That's caught. Immediately tackled by Marinich. Hernandez was also in there. Barron did a nice job there. He let him settle down underneath him, but he closed quick, made a nice tackle, at least held him up long enough for Dom to get in and finish it.
Exactly, and as long as the first guy's making the play, then they're not going to give up a ton of yardage, right? It's just these 3, 4, 5 yard plays.
Sonnenberg's out on an island this time. No help over the top out there. He's going to roll that way, and he's going to bring the help over the top that way. That's a tight end drag that's not going to get there.
Incomplete, but there's a
so
flag.
That's going to bring up another 3rd down.
They got a flag.
Vicksburg's using all their downs. They're not leaving any in the bank.
Right. Got a roughing the passer on
Got
Paw
a roughing
Paw.
the passer call, looks like, on Paw Paw. There's a flag on the play. So this is the personal foul. This is the first. This is roughing the passer, so that's going to move the change.
We would think, right?
Okay, so that's going to be a first down for the Bulldogs, and all of a sudden, Mark, they're in business.
They are. Inside the 20, all the way down to the 13.
Well, and those are the ones that you just can't have. That's a discipline drop right there. And any takeaways from this so far is we've got to keep our discipline. 34 is off the right side, and he's moving the pile. Big run by 34.
Yep.
Denna Wolves on the tackle.
Yeah, that looked like a rugby scrum, though, with a nice push by the offensive line. Just everybody putting a hat on a hat.
Okay, we got a spread left, trips left. He's going to look that way, but he's being pressured. He's going to now tuck and run. He's going to get down. That's a big hit. So that's going to be a first down for Vicksburg. Sonnenberg on the tackle. So that's going to take it down to about the 1 yard line. Vicksburg, first and goal.
And here's another little test like last week with Sturgis, right? He got all the way down to the 1 or 2 yard line, and Papa had a nice goal line stand to keep him out of the end zone. Can they do it again this week?
Going to a wishbone look. That's a handoff inside, and that's going to be a touchdown for the Bulldogs. So you don't see the wishbone much anymore, but that was a touchdown for the Bulldogs. So 3:10 to go. Extra point pending. 34-9 at this point. Looking to be 34-10. So there's the snap. Kick is up. The kick looks good. Kick is good. So 3:10 to go here in the third quarter. Pawpaw 34, Vicksburg 10. Pawpaw's got some players deep, but I got to tell you, Mark, if you're a betting man, this ball's not going more than 15 yards.
Yep.
You know, this is on-tide kick all day long if they want to try to
Absolutely.
get back into this game.
Down 4 scores with 3 minutes left in the
third. I don't know if there's a high
third.
level of confidence trying to stop Pawpaw on a short field, but, I mean, at what point? They're going to send one deep. And I think that was because we were playing and that went out of the end zone, so no penalty on that one.
Right.
You know, I think that was because we had our hands team in.
Yes.
That they decided, well, let's try to pin them back at the 20 and play some defense.
Right.
Now, this is another opportunity for the Pawpaw Wing T 9-play,
15-minute
drive, you know, and just kind of bleed them to death.
Right.
Again, you know, talk about the Wing T.
Oh, look, there it is.
Got
some
3
graphics
running backs back there. State of the art around here.
Yep.
That cost us 72 howls for that graphic. So, and also in games past, watch the left side. And here we come off the left side. P.J. DeYoung. That's going to be good for a very short gain.
While you have a second, how do the people support the program if they'd like to?
How did they support this program? We
Yes.
actually have a Venmo for
Don't you have
that.
one of those graphics also?
I do, and I'm going to have to. Whoa,
I put you on the spot. I'm sorry.
Somewhere. Hey, down in the truck, where's the Venmo graphic? Mark wants to see it.
So you can get more high-tech graphics.
There it is,
There
right
it is.
there. We can get some more high-tech graphics. I'm going to post this on Facebook. I was asked earlier. So,
False start
I
on
think,
Papa.
right there, Mark, the back stands up and goes. You just got to go in motion.
Right?
At that point, what are you going to do?
Yep. A couple of mental mistakes here in the second half for Papa, right?
Yeah.
The false start there, the late hit on the quarterback, the last drive.
Yeah, you want to hear some yelling upstairs
Yeah.
is when your fullback goes in motion out of the wing tee.
Yes.
So, you got Bryson between Ben and PJ. Goodell under center. PJ
Oh.
DeYoung. PJ
Little
DeYoung has been
hurdle.
one step away twice
Yeah.
tonight.
Yep. Tried to hurdle the defender and just
So
couldn't
that's
land on
going to
his
bring
feet.
up 3rd and long. We're going to call that about 7. So now, Vicksburg's going to be expecting pass here, without much doubt. So the question is, do we really do that? Or do we try to catch them on their heels a little bit, get some hats on the backers, and try to pick up 8-9 yards on the ground?
Oh.
There it is.
Right up the middle.
P.J. Miller with the carry, and that's going to be good for a Red Wolves. First down.
And that's going to be frustrating for Vicksburg, right? You had them 3rd and long, pinned in their own end.
It's soul crushing.
Yes.
I mean, there's just no other way to look at it. It's, you're doing everything right. You're putting them
Yep.
behind the sticks, and then all of a sudden,
Yep.
and that's not a. You got one guy got beat on a long pass. That's your entire offensive line
Yep.
just dominating and getting the running back deep enough, and then give it to Ben Miller, keeping his legs grinded.
Yep.
First down for the Wolves. Goldell is going to hand it off from Oh, that's inside. Looks like Bryson Newell. He's met by every person that lives in Vicksburg.
Forward progress was stopped about 10 yards
Yeah,
ahead
that
of where
one
he
was
ended up.
allowed to go on a little bit too long. So, 15 on the play clock. 2-second differential between the play and the game clock. So we are going to see a play here. Goodell under center. This is Miller off the right side, and Ben's going to go, maybe lost a yard. And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter here in beautiful downtown Pawpaw. Pawpaw leads the Vicksburg Bulldogs 34-10. All right, so Buell's in the game at fullback. Oh, Newell's back. It is Newell back in there. Goodell going to hand it. Oh, that was a quick hitter. That looked like Miller. That got to be Buell, you say, for Yeah, I was going to say, that was pretty quick. That was pretty quick. That was Ben Miller. No offense, Landon.
Right.
Don't mean to say that couldn't possibly be you, but, buddy.
Just different styles,
Yeah.
right? That's all that is. Well, 4th and 5.
So 4th and long. Wolves in the power I. Vicksburg stacking the box. Watch Lemaire.
I tried to get it the hard count.
Papa's going to call the timeout. He absolutely was trying to get the hard
Yes.
count.
You could see the head bobbing from up
for
here.
And the first time all night it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to bring up a punt, most likely. You know, you want to see Vicksburg use a timeout, run back right back out that same formation.
Right. It was worth a try, right? They've jumped a couple times this game, but I'm sure the coaches told everybody, hey, they're just going to try to draw you off.
Well, and there's no reason to get silly. You know, at this point, it's boot it away, let it fly. All right. So Troy to punt.
Oh,
There's
bad
that
snap.
second high snap. Let's see what happens this time. And he's just going to put his shoulder down. So second time in 2 weeks for that.
Yes.
So that's going to give Vicksburg the ball back at the 20-yard line. Not the clock management, hindsight. Let's go for that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I got to tell you, that keeps happening. We might start going for those.
Exactly.
It's Vicksburg's going to come back at it. Packed formation. They're going to run. So that's going to be a couple yards. Call it 1.5. Maybe 1. 2nd and 9. And this is a chance to, even though it's a 34-10 game, this is still a momentum swing moment in the game. This is a chance for your defense to stand up. Again, 2 tight ends set. I'm going to throw. It's going to come to this side. And that's overthrown. Like Sonnenberg on the coverage. Looked like Eli was beaten by a step on that one.
Yeah.
Sideline helped him a little bit.
Correct.
A little extra helium in the ball helped a little bit.
Yep. Quarterback's definitely got a strong arm, but at times it's been a little inaccurate.
Well, and Eli's been out on that island all night, which is, we don't mind that with him. That one looked like the receiver might have gotten the best of him. It also looked like he realized it when the ball was in the air and shifted into a second gear. And a throw, looking for the drag route, nothing there. So that could have been for a couple of people. There was a couple of receivers in the area. I'm not really sure. I think it's that drag route that they like to run so much. And looks like he overshot that one, but the second receiver had fallen down and it almost hit him.
Right.
4th and 9 for the Bulldogs. We're going to get a timeout from the Vicksburg. So, potentially last chance. Potentially this is the play.
Right.
Papa can stop this play right here. And this is one, our defensive backs have been really good about batting the ball down.
Yes.
This is not an interception moment unless it's a pick six moment.
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, if you've got a clear shot at one that you think you're going to be able to return all the way,
Yeah.
drop it.
Right. Right.
Because
Yeah.
right now, the clock is what we need to eat at. And I don't see any real benefit of, I mean, yes,
Correct.
points are points, but
Right.
this is one of those moments in the game, bat the ball down. I have a feeling we're going to put Marinich and Eli on islands. I think we're going to bring some people hard, try to take away the time that they have to throw the longer pass.
They've had some success with the pass rush, right? They've
Yes,
gotten to him a couple times, made him shuffle his feet.
The thing is, they haven't gotten home often, but they've disrupted the throw often.
Yep.
And I think that's what we're going to see again here. This is, I think, going to be a out, and this is us getting there. We didn't get there, and that's a nice pass. It's going to be really close. I think he got the first down.
I think
That's
he did
an
too.
excellent route by that receiver.
Correct. How many times have you seen that, especially in the NFL, where they need 6 and the guy runs a 5-yard out,
Yep.
right?
And now they're saying it's short. So
Wow.
we're going to give the howl.
That spot, I don't know.
Well, here's the problem with this, Mark. He slid to catch the ball.
Yes.
So when the ball touches his body, that's where the ball's down.
Right.
Okay? If he's across the line, the ball might still not be,
Right.
depending
Yeah.
on where the ball is. So, and again, Michigan is looking for quality officials. You can go to MHSAA.com.
In every sport.
Come out in the power eye. This is going to go inside. There's another big play from Bryson Newell. Bryson was one grab of an ankle away from running for another
Yes.
35 yards.
Right.
Till he shows me he can hit that end zone without getting caught from behind 35 yards is what I'm giving him on that. But all kidding aside, he was one. That was a good run, good vision there. One shoestring away from breaking one there.
Oh, yeah, the safety saved a touchdown, right? That was
He was one step away from getting caught at the 10.
right.
Okay, so Wolves back out in the power eye. Dominating the line of scrimmage, P.J. DeYoung off the right side. That's going to pick up in our yardstick over there. Showing third down, showing second down.
Right.
It officially is second down and about 6. If you're following along at home, that's 2nd and 6, 9:20 to go here in the ball game. Ball's on the 28-yard line, 34-10. Papa leads Vicksburg. Gunnar Goodell is going to bring the Wolves to the line. PJ, Ben Miller, Newell. This is PJ, and PJ is going to pick up about a yard. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Nope, sorry, third down. They got me with the yardstick again.
Yeah. Lots of confusion up here
And
tonight.
I just called it second, so I knew that. But it's
Right.
just sometimes your eyes see it and they go, "Oh, wait, maybe I was wrong." How silly is that thought to enter my mind? So from the power
and maybe it
eye,
is. Maybe it's 4 down territory anyway, right?
it could-
Potentially.
at this point, it could be. Newell with the carry off the left side. So Bryson Newell, if we can afford game balls, Bryson's making a case for one.
Absolutely. Had a solid game. Couple of nice long
I
runs.
will say that one of the interesting things about this game is, who do you give the game ball to?
Right.
You know, this hasn't been a game where someone has completely stood out. Now, Bryson's had a great night, and he's a leading candidate for it. But, you know, you think about it. Ben Miller just put the exclamation point in that. They're not going to catch Ben Miller. Ben wants a game ball. Touchdown, Red Wolves.
Oh, and he just hurt himself, I think. Yep.
So that's a big play for Ben. We were just talking about no one being a standout. And as a sprinter myself, I can tell you this is probably a cramp.
That got some howls up here in the press box, that last comment. Coach is more of a long-distance runner.
Yes,
Coach is more of a long-distance runner than a sprinter.
There was a day when I looked much less like the ball, you know. I can tell you that last week down in Sturgis, I had a fan approach me and asked if I was there. I had my daughter goes to Alabama, and I had my Alabama gear on. And the Sturgis parent came up to me and asked me if I was there from Alabama to scout number 69. And
you said absolutely.
I said I'm the fitness and endurance coach at Alabama, as a matter of fact. Looks like Ben Miller's got that cramp worked out. Dill pickle juice, my friend. Yep, get some pickle juice in you, and that'll take care of that. And that's what you get for rumbling 65 yards, right?
Next time, don't run so fast.
So the extra point. This is Troy. Gunner's going to hold. Snap is high. Gunner with a nice job. That's left, but I think it's it's just over top of the upright. I'm not sure that referee was looking up. That one went right over top of the left upright, but we're going to say no. So that's no. Well, I think if you just turn your head towards the sky and look straight up, but. You know, our depth perception could be a little bit off.
I'll have to check the replay.
Yeah, so anybody out there who wants to vector that replay, they can maybe figure something out that we can't. But it's odd that our top of the goalpost cams aren't working tonight. So Vicksburg's set up for the return. Papa's taking their time. So Troy's going to kick off. Let's see if we've got, we still got power on the mobile, so let's check some out of towns just to see if anything's picked up. All right, so, well, they've got an accurate 40-10 score here, so let's see if anything else is refreshed. It's still 14-0 at half. Vicksburg and Edwardsburg and Three Rivers. I don't think that's updated. Sturgis Plainwell has not changed since the last time we talked, and that actually is. We know that score is wrong. 27-7 is the accurate score. In the fourth, Niles and Otsego. Niles 36, Otsego 8. So. Dom Hernandez and Tyler Perkio in on the tackle there. Vicksburg's going to take over the 38-yard line. So some new, we got Perkio on this side on the defense. So we've got some new defensive players in for Pawpaw. Bell's going to throw. That's back to 9. He catches the ball on his knees, so that's not going anywhere. So 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs. 7:20, 7:19, so the clock is moving.
And this is great to get the young guys some reps.
Absolutely.
Right.
And this is, we've had this discussion many a times with Papa. We've got such good depth
Right.
that, these kids aren't just getting charity time out there. They're fighting for a position. They want to show what they can do. And, that can lead to good things. We got trips to the right. This is where they like to run that drag. There it is. It's covered. Quarterback's hit, and that is almost intercepted in the middle of the field. Dom Hernandez almost made a great play. Is that Vanderberg back there? No, it was Dom. So Dom with a nice play. I thought that's who I was calling.
That was great coverage. Even if they are young guys, they're still making great plays, right?
Yeah, that was a nice play right there. And again, in a 40-10 game, breaking it up is not the worst thing in the world.
Right.
It would have been an incredible play to make an interception there. Quarterback was hit again as he threw that ball. And here we got another one. Fisher Edwards is chasing. Going to go deep. He's got a man. And that's broken up again. Baron Marinich on the defense this time. And that time Baron did make a good play. Baron got his hand in between the receiver's hands and got his hand on that ball. Receiver did a nice job of using his body to separate, but Barron was able to get up there and put a hand on the ball and knock it away. A lot of people, since we started offering game balls, have started to step up in this game. Dom Hernandez has had a nice game.
Trying to make their case, aren't they?
So we got a punt formation and we got somebody coming in late that's got their hands out like they don't know where they're supposed to go. Kick is away. It's a short kick, and it's got a good bounce. So Red Wolves are going to take over, and I'm going to guess that we're going to see some different running backs than what we've seen. Okay, so
Looks like a little bit of confusion as to who that's actually going into the game.
yeah, and, I think at this point a lot of people are asking, Coach, can I get a shot? Wouldn't surprise me to see Fisher Edwards come in, get some reps at quarterback at some point here. So, and then 6 is trotting out, so it looks like Fisher is going to get some snaps. Malachi Davis is in. Perkio's in. So we've got Buell, Perkio, and Malachi Davis. Fisher Edwards is going to be under center. And we're going to call a timeout. So lots of confusion on the second group out there. But looks like we've got all new linemen in as well. I do see Troy out there at tight end, so we'll have to figure out who some of the new people in there are.
Practicing a couple of snaps during the timeout, so.
Yeah, so we know Fisher Edwards is in. We know we've got Buell and Perkio and Malachi Davis back in there. Luke Dallon's out there. See that. Colin Campbell's in at center. I think I saw Kyle Sackler out there. I'm not sure. Edwards going to hand off up the middle. That's Buell. So big, strong run by Buell. And that's good for a gain of about 7. It's going to bring up 2nd and 3.
Looks like Vicksburg's got an injury.
Yeah, we got an injured Bulldog on the field. Trainers are out. So that's going to bring a pause in the action with 6:16 to go here, Mark. Checking the scores again just to see if there's been any updates. So Lawton's up on South Haven 24-0. Still no update out of Edwardsburg and Three Rivers. At one point, Dowagiac was up 20-8 on Parchment and out of conference score. 27-21 Constantine over Schoolcraft. That's
Wow.
a battle. That's the old rivalry game. That's a big game, Southwest Michigan. That's what we got right now. So the Red Wolves, 2nd and 3, they're going to take over come out of the huddle. Fisher Edwards under center. He's going to hand that off. Up. Fisher Edwards is going to take the ball to the house. There's a flag on the play. Fisher absolutely dashed, and Mark, that penalty happened behind the play, and you never want to see that.
Oh.
You just never want to see that.
Right.
I mean, that's a touchdown.
Yeah.
And, you just don't have to do it. And it's going to cost the Red Wolves some points.
Right.
More importantly, Fisher Edwards doesn't get a chance to play very often, makes a
Right.
big play,
Right.
and you're going to
And it
take that
comes
off
all
the
the way
board
back.
for him.
Right. Yep.
So sometimes when you're the backup quarterback on a wing T team,
Yeah.
anything like that is going to be one of your year highlights.
Yes.
Because Fisher's a strong player for us on the defense as it is, so he's getting his reps on that side of the ball. But Gunner's been pretty resilient, and in the T, you don't get that back up in that often.
Correct.
So. So it's a tough one for the Red Wolves, but a nice play by Fisher Edwards negated. I'm going to give Fisher a howl. Why not? For Edwardsburg beats Three Rivers 28-0. Thank you. We got the update from the truck. That's inside handoff. Is that Landon Buell on the carry?
That's a nice run on first down.
Got somebody else checking in. Yeah, it looked like Cody Simpson, 31, coming in. This is a fifth quarter. Malachi Davis on his left. Perkio's got the edge. So nice run by Tyler Perkio. That's going to be a first down.
Well, nice run. About 20 yards around the left edge.
So, as advertised, Mark, we're not just a one-group team.
Yes.
This is...
The second unit's doing a great job.
Well, and they're all see themselves as people who belong on the field, and rightfully so.
Yep.
Fisher, under center. Is good, lost the snap. Uh-oh. That's going to go the other way
Scoop
for a
and
score. Yep, there's no chance there. I don't see any flag on the play, so that's going to go for a Vicksburg touchdown. And it's really too bad for Fisher. This drive should have been over.
Correct.
He should be telling his parents how great it was to get into the end zone.
That's right.
And instead, a bad play behind him, and now, we put the ball on the ground, and Vicksburg's going to make the score look closer than the game has been.
Right. And I think that's one of the risks that you run running the second unit, right? Guys are going in there, they're trying too hard to make a play.
Yep.
Right.
And you've got a center who isn't snapping the ball very often. You've got a quarterback who's not receiving the ball very often.
Correct.
Things are going to happen. So Vicksburg to kick the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good. So 4:30 to go. Vicksburg tightens the score a little bit. It's 40-17 Pawpaw. And Mark, as things have gone tonight, that's really our big. That one right there was our biggest mistake of the night. You know,
Right.
other than a couple of bad discipline penalties.
Yes.
So we can clean up those. And to your point, it's the second team late in the game. The communication amongst our players that are on the field who don't get as many reps, you're going to have some of those,
Right.
right? I'm not trying to make excuses for the boys, but those are ones that are going to happen. And quite honestly, I'd rather have it happen in a 40-17 game than
Correct.
happen in a 21-21 game
Yes.
when we need Fisher to come off the
That's
bench.
right. Yeah.
And lead us for something happening.
Yep.
So Vicksburg's going to kick off.
Papa expecting the onside kick.
Okay, so here Vicksburg's going to kick off. And that's a deep kick. That's going to go over the head and into the end zone. That's going to be a touchback. So 4:30 to go in the game. 40-17 is your score. Papa's going to start at the 20. Is it the 25 now?
I think it's 20 in high school.
I think it's a 22, but I just want to make sure.
Right. Testing me.
The exam for that is at mhsaa.com.
That website's going to get so much traffic tonight.
And they have tests in other sports, too.
That's right.
Yeah. We have shut down mhsaa.com tonight with the traffic of our 57 viewers.
All signing up to be officials in various sports.
Hey, I gotta hand it to the 53 that are out there. They've hung tight in a 40-17 game.
They just want to see a show.
So Fisher Edwards under center. Oh, is Gunner back in? Miller. So now it looks like we're going to run the and all the starters are back in. So I'm not sure that Coach Schry was real happy with the turnover. That's Newell up the middle. All right, so now the second string's coming back in. I think it's a standard.
Yeah.
You hold everybody to the higher standard, and you don't get that opportunity. So, second unit's now back on the field. First team comes in, gets a first down. Show them the expectation is not to put the ball on the ground.
They got 7 seconds to snap here.
Now they're coming up. We'll get it off. Edwards. No, that's going to be Perkio. Second group's back in. So that's Tyler Perkio on the carry. That's going to bring up a second down and about 9. And now we're just in the waiting game to bleed it out.
Right. Run the play clock all the way down on every play, right? Take the full 35 seconds.
I think it's interesting, too, as I'm watching I've realized something as Haley Hagan has been providing some play-by-play in the comments. That nice run up the middle, good tackle.
Solid
As
hit.
I'm watching these, I think that the comments are coming in real time, but the video is about 2 minutes behind.
Oh,
So their comments are coming in real time, but
interesting.
so that's kind of an interesting little deal. So we're seeing what they thought about us 3 minutes ago.
Probably all bad.
Yeah, well, most of it's been pretty good. Fisher Edwards to the line. Oh, is Gunner still in there? Oh, yeah. Look like Malachi Davis off the right side. That's going to be a first down for the Red Wolves, and that's going to bring out the victory formation for a couple knees. So it looks like we're going to see some knees here. So, yep, Gunnar Goodell back in. But again, this should be victory formation. There's no play that needs to be run here. I'm going to hand the ball to some of these players up the middle. Number 45 is coming into the game.
Well, inside of a minute to go, you got to say Papa did pretty much everything that they wanted to tonight, right?
Looks like Lucas Ochins came in there. Gunner directed where he wants his backs for this. Going to hand it off. That's Ochins. Lucas Ochins with the carry. And that's going to run out the clock here in Pawpaw. So Mark, thoroughly dominating game by the Red Wolves all around. Living up to that state ranking tonight. Did two big mistakes. So it is what it is. Next week we get to go to our own press box at Plainwell and call another one.
That's right.
So, that's about all we got to say here. Great game for the Red Wolves. We will signing off. For Mark Linder, I'm Brent McNitt, and we will see you next week at Plainwell.